Hi everyone, welcome to Essential Me series. This is the Essential Men's Health. It's going to be hosted by Mike Martin and Larry Shorts. We've been going through this Essential Me series. You've seen a lot of great speakers so far, and today we have Mike and Larry doing Men's Health. And our April lineup, next we have Essential Focus and Finance with Ann Martin. And then we have Brain Health, Essential Animals, and Essential Yoga. That's all here in April. So I'd like to introduce you to the Essential Men's Health, Mike Martin. Mike started his career as an architect in Texas, and after 20 years in award-winning commercial and residential architecture, he transitioned into home building for 7 years. He's now a realtor in Arizona serving the needs of home buyers throughout the valley. Mike was the one to introduce us to essential oils for our health and wellness, as he is my significant other. The essential oils complement his lifestyle of court sports, mountain biking, and keeping up with his teenage daughter. Next, we have Larry Shorts. Larry is an adrenaline junkie. He started out road racing motorcycles for 15 years, with 9 years on the Pro AMA Superbike circuit. He has raced in over 200 motorcycle races and is a 5-time U.S. endurance champion. Now, Larry has 18 years in utility stunts and 28 years in special effects. He has worked on 45 feature films. Favorites include A Wrinkle in Time, Only the Brave, and I'm sure others you will hear about here today. You will have a chance to ask him what his favorite essential oil is.
Hey guys, I'm Mike. Those who didn't know.
I'm Larry.
This is Larry, and we're talking about men's health today. And one of the first things we'll talk about in this series is why did we get started in essential oils? So Larry's been in it longer than I have, so I'll let him start it off. Larry, how'd you get into essential oils?
Well, my daughter kind of convinced me to do that. I was not in real good health, about 25 pounds heavier than I am now. And I'm a lot older when I got married, so time is not on my side. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to be around when Shelby got older. So I saw the effects of what over-the-counter drugs do to people, and I wanted to change that. So we started doing investigating some research, and essential oils were just starting to get into the market, as far as being, spread across the United States and over the world. I'm sure around the world they've been longer. And so that's what we did some research, and that's what we come up with. So we started dabbling into it.
Cool. Yeah, I got into essential oils because of his wife. She introduced me to it, and like Tina mentioned, I didn't tell her about it for a little while. Yeah,
husbands never do that.
Yeah. Now I got into it because of the class I went to. I saw where the efficacy was there, and I started using a kit that I just kind of didn't even tell Tina about. But when I found that when I cut my finger or burned my fingers or whatever in the oven, the frankincense would just kind of soothe it over, and I saw that was working for me. And then I started investigating other aspects of the applications, and that's when we start understanding all the positives, how it can actually, do your body good without all the side effects of current pharmaceuticals. So, I mean, when you look at that slide that's on the screen there for you, essential oils are effective, as you can see from the illustration. They can penetrate the blood-brain barrier. Antibiotics and other pharmaceuticals can't, because their molecule is too large to get through the cell. That's how the features of the essential oils and their size, they can get into the cell, they can affect the performance of a virus, kind of render it not as powerful and kind of slow things down so the rest of your immune system can actually work on the issue for you. Bacteria on the outside cell, that's easy to do. There's several, as you know, several oils that'll knock the bacteria out and kind of, bring you back to health sort of thing.
But all essential oils are pretty much antiviral, antibacterial. And your body recognizes them because it's Mother Nature's tools to help you.
Mm-hmm.
a lot of pharmaceuticals your body does not recognize. And that's why there's tons of different side effects, because it accumulates in your body and doesn't get rid of it all the time.
Mm.
So Mother Nature's always a better way to go.
True. Yeah. The essential oils are nutrients. They penetrate the cells and just have an overall positive effect for you. The certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils have to go through rigorous testing for their consistency, their quality, and what else, Larry?
Well, the thing is, okay, and why we use doTERRA oils, it's quite simple. You go to the supermarket or to a higher end grocery store to get essential oils.
Mm-hmm.
And by law, all it requires is the drop that's in there to be 100% pure oil.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest can have fillers and stuff, in which 90% of them do. And that's why when you read the bottle, it says not for internal use. Well, doTERRA's oils, right on the bottle, it says supplementation. You can take it internally. So almost all their oils, they're mixtures and stuff like that you can't take internally, but you can take them internally. I mean, I take On Guard every day and throw it on my hand and lick it 3 or 4 times a day because it's good to go, and I know it's helping my immune system.
Yeah, so there's several oils that are very popular among men. Breathe is a good one. Do you use Breathe a lot?
I use Breathe all the time. In fact, that's one of my biggest go-getters when I'm working on the set, because somebody smells it and they come over, what is that? I said, it's Breathe oil. You want to try some? So I drop a drop in their hand and they rub it together and they inhale it like this. And they're like, wow, it's amazing what it does to the respiratory system. And amazing what that did to them. He said, hey, Larry, can I have some? Sure. Give them a drop and boom.
Yeah.
They were happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, Breathe oil is great oil. It opens your whole respiratory system up for quite some time.
Well, I know with your work and hobbies that you've chosen, they're basically physically demanding. Is there any other special oils you use? I wouldn't leave home without?
Well, I have a pretty extensive kit with me all the time. Naturally, I have oregano, lemon, melaleuca, and On Guard with me for an oregano balm, they call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't take it so much, but everybody else on the set sure likes it because, it's great. If you feel like the flu coming on or something like that, or
mm-hmm.
You're nauseous or not feeling well, your stomach's kind of in a rage. If you have any issues going on in your stomach, it will definitely take care of it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a great. I have that all the time. I have peppermint. I love past tense because I rub it on the back of my neck, because I stand on set for 12 hours on end. So that's a great, just takes some of the tension out of you.
Yeah, I use the peppermint too, particularly when I'm in afternoon meetings and stuff and had lunch and I start getting that afternoon slump.
Right.
I'll breathe in some peppermint, put a drop in my hand and breathe in like this. And I'm revitalized and I can make it through the rest of the afternoon. Another one that a lot of guys use for particularly if you notice on the screen, get a good night's rest before working out and stuff with the petitgrain. Petitgrain has a lot of the same type of attributes as lavender, but it doesn't smell girlish.
Right. It's a very manly
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah. So the lavender's got qualities for skin care and repair and rest, and petitgrain kind of fits that bill without smelling flowery type of thing.
Right. Melaleuca is another one because a lot of times, when I'm working around a lot of steel or whatever, you get cuts all the time. And instant cut, boom, it goes on. And I know infection-wise, I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
I mean, when I went to Vietnam, I had like 3 or 4 bottles with me at all times.
Right.
And melaleuca is great antibacterial, antiviral oil.
So you travel a lot. So you've got your kit. What kind of oils do you recommend for the guy on the go?
Guy on the go for sure. On Guard toothpaste.
Yeah.
That's great. And you can swallow it.
Right.
without having to worry.
They always say don't
Toothpaste is-
smoke, don't swallow that toothpaste,
Right.
But this is safe.
Yeah, you have no worries on that. Like I say, the oregano balm, peppermint, melaleuca, breathe oil for sure. Past tense, I take all the time. Deep blue. I always have the supplements with me. I take that everywhere, every day, all day. Twice a day. I don't miss.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's cool.
On Guard. Yes. On
Yes.
Guard is,
That's
that's what's in the toothpaste. On Guard oil is in the toothpaste, and that is really good for your immune system. Out of the shower, bottom of your feet, it's in your system within 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, the story about On Guard is there was a math teacher in Austin that the science class was right across the hallway, and they were about to do petri dish experiments and stuff like that, and they put the bacteria in whatever they're going to try to grow in the petri dishes, and nothing would grow. And so the science department, they sent it back to the manufacturer, say, these are faulty, send us some new ones. They sent them a new set of petri dishes. They tried the experiments again, it's going over a week's time here now, and again, nothing was growing, so they sent them back a second time, and they were called back by the company, said, what's going on? These are full of things like
what's got clove and cinnamon and so on. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Clove, cinnamon, orange peel, eucalyptus. They're asking why all this was on the petri dishes. Well, because the guy in the math class across the hall was diffusing it in his classroom. And that alone is quite a testimony of its ability to help enhance your wellness and your well-being on a daily basis.
Can I add a little to that? They also did studies with the MRSA virus or staph infection.
Right.
And they diluted it. I believe it was at least 1,000 to 1. It might have been more than that. And cleaned all the areas with it. And they had no signs of the staph or MRSA virus coming back for, I know it was over 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Especially being diluted 10,000 to 1.
Exactly. I
Or
think that's what it was.
1,000 to 1.
I think it was
10,000 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, top 5 health issues for men. I just want to talk briefly about. We've got the heart health, prostate health, blood sugar balance, vascular health, cholesterol health. That seems to be things we need to be most concerned about. The heart health. There's recommendations there of how we can apply that in our lives. What's your feeling on that, Larry? How's your heart?
Well, my heart's really good, but I got to be honest with you. I eat really well. I get lots of exercise. I get good sleep, and my nutrition is pretty good. I mean, I vary off now and then, but I stick pretty close to that, which I turned that around about 10 years ago or whatever, and it's really paid off.
Yeah. I swear he's a great inspiration and sets a good example for even someone like me to try to be more conscious of that stuff. Prostate health, as you can see, these kind of give us little ideas here of how we can apply the oils to us on a daily basis to enhance these situations. I won't read you those recipes, but I mean, I'm due for another prostate exam. I don't know about you, but I look forward to that this summer. But I was clear before, and he expects I'll be clear again today. Good. One way to help reinforce your situation is to, take care of yourself.
And let's talk a little bit about the prostate as far as that goes. Lemongrass, carry sage, and helichrysum. Mm-hmm. Lemongrass, I've done a lot of research on it because I use that extensively with the deep blue rub, because lemongrass is like a meat tenderizer. I'm telling you, it works. I've had guys that had issues for the last 15 or 20 years, and I said, well, would you like to try that? Are you open to try this? And they tried out, and they are like blown away. One of my race buddies that I used to race with tried it, and he was like, well, how come you didn't tell me about this a long time ago? And I said, well, your brother has a whole kit. He should have told you about it. But he never did it. And So
Work
I
out
put
in the sun a lot.
lemongrass. Yep, I work out in the sun a lot. So I put lemongrass on every day on my arms and face and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we don't want to say it cures or
No, I'm not going to say
prevents,
that.
but
But I've done the research, and they've got documentation on it. So that's why I'm a big believer in lemongrass. But it helps your muscles.
Yeah.
Like when you work out extensively, that with the deep blue, because the deep blue drives that lemongrass into your muscles,
Right,
deep tissue, and it makes a big difference.
right. And it brings up a point. Unbeknownst to a lot of men out there who really just think this is a girl's business, there is a lot of science behind the information provided in these oils. Some of them are big research centers. Johns Hopkins has done some research. There's actually a review, a paper being done. It's under peer review right now that indicates how the essential oils were far superior to reducing spread of
Different
influenza and stuff like that. There's a member of the CDC who said that if you're not using essential oils by 2020, then with the possibility of superbugs and everything like that, then there's it's something for us to consider. So there is the science, there is the research, there is a place to find it. It's just not really well known, and it's assumed by everybody else. It's just
Well, the essential oils have been around for thousands of years. I mean, there's people all over the world that use them, but they're very effective. Like your body recognizes them. That's the key, and it helps get rid of bad cells and keeps the good cells healthy. And that's where a lot of issues that the human body has is when your cells get out of whack. And that's the thing about essential oils, help stabilize that and get it in the right order.
Right. At some point, if your immune system's down and a weak point, and it finds a place to latch in and it's protected and starts to multiply, then we have problems. So try to do whatever we can health-wise to make that a reality.
Yeah, and the food. I mean, the food is not nearly as nutritious as it was many years ago. Because just the way the involvement of the way farming and stuff is gone, and we need all the help we can get. I mean, with all the pollutants we're around all the time and we just need a lot of help. And whatever you can do, it's like you buy this expensive car, you're going to change oil in it. You might not see the difference or feel the difference, but it's preventing something, and that's what essential oils help do.
Right. You must love your directors. Who's your favorite director?
Who's my favorite director? I don't know. There's been a lot of good ones. Kaczynski's a really good one. Ava DuVernay was really fun to work with.
There's a Wrinkle in Time.
Wrinkle in Time. She was really great. Tony Scott was one of my favorite directors. I've done 5 different films with him, and I loved. He worked your butt up, but he really appreciated what you did, and he would show and tell you that at the end of the day,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was awesome, and he was funny. So that always makes it good.
Cool.
So yeah.
Well, there's vascular health and cholesterol health. As you can see there on the slide, there's recipes you can put together and directions how to do that. All those are important for overall.
Well, cholesterol, the thing is with Slim and Sassy, like I say, it's got cinnamon and cassia oil and stuff like that, and that helps clear the bloodways, and it steps up your metabolism. So that's a nice thing about that.
Yeah, that's right.
It steps up your metabolism.
Cool.
And anytime you can put some oils in the bottom of your, like when you get out of the shower, you put oils in the bottom of your feet, because when you get out of the shower, the bottom of your feet are the most porous part of your whole body.
Okay.
So anything that you put on that is in your bloodstream. And like I say, 30 to 40 seconds, maybe even faster than that, but it's that quick. It absorbs that quick. So
yeah,
it's very important to do that.
For
So,
example, I put some frankincense in the middle of my back one time, and within 2 minutes, I could taste it on my tongue.
yeah,
I mean,
it's amazing how quick.
works through the entire system.
Yeah. So let's talk about lifelong vitality.
Yes, lifelong vitality comes in a cute little box like this.
I think we all need, this is my regimen every day. Right here, these three, and this every day. When you get older, Terrazyme, it's an enzyme. First of all,
Terrazyme.
Yeah. First of all, none of us chew our food long enough.
Right.
That's
Especially on your
bottom
run, on your run.
Okay. Most of us drink water during a meal, which you shouldn't do. So any enzymes that are there gets kind of washed to the side. So it's not breaking your food down. So, but the older you get, the harder it is for you to digest your food.
Right.
And this is before a meal, and I usually take that before a meal. I take them in the morning when I get up, eat a banana, boom, take that. And then in the evening, at mealtime, I take that. It supports your cellular, gets all your omegas. It has the same ORAC value as 15 servings of fruits and vegetables, which if somebody wants to do some research on ORAC value, that'll explain it to you. Because we do not eat right. I mean, that's the bottom line. We don't eat right. So you need, like I say, all the help and maintenance you can do. And this is preventive maintenance, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's a big key. And myself, I'm pretty active. I do bicycle races, stuff like that. So when I'm training really heavy, I add this, which is Mito 2 Max. And because you need all the nutrition you can get. So, and
it helps metabolize the nutrition we do get.
Yes.
To make it more efficient in our bodies.
Yep.
Yeah. I've used Terrazyme and the lifelong vitality twice a day. There's like three bottles, 3 capsules that you take, and once in the morning, and then some do it in the evening. I prefer to do it around lunchtime.
Right.
Just kind of push through the whole week. But as you can tell from the slide here, it kind of talks about each of the 3 components of the lifelong vitality, their attributes and everything like that. So we'll definitely get a copy of that. Anybody wants to see more on that.
There's a ton of research on lifelong vitality. In fact, this is doTERRA's #1 seller is their supplements, and all I can say is they work. Like I say, I don't miss a day, morning or evening. I took them when I went overseas to Vietnam, Iceland, all those. I always have them with me. I always make room, make sure I have them.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it's definitely a component of a wellness program that will enhance how your body operates and continue boosting the immune system to ward off all the other toxins and stuff we get involved with every day.
Correct. Yeah.
So, but that's cool. So the polyphenols and the energy, that brings up the deep blue. That's not it.
That's it.
There it is. It brings up the deep blue. You use that a lot. Like, wasn't there something about Planet of the Apes you were telling me about?
Yeah, deep blue. When I was on Planet of the Apes, I did stonework on that film. They had a lot of parkour guys that had arm extensions, and they had to walk around like apes. And they would jump 6 feet up in the air onto this boulder and jump across the air, because that's parkour. That's what they do. And after the first day or two, they were miserable. And stunt coordinator said, I got to do something here about this. They was going to try to maybe change the schedule around a little bit or whatever. And I goes, are you open to try this out? And he said, sure. So the next day, I gave them that. They put deep blue on, and I also lemongrass, my go-to meat tenderizer.
Did they use the rub?
They used to rub. And actually, this came out right after.
Oh, really?
Right after Planet of the Apes. So right at that time, we had this, and I gave them lemongrass. Well, they used it for a couple of days, and next thing I know, the coordinator comes up to me and says, the guys absolutely love this stuff. I want to get some. How do I? They bought $1,100 worth of Deep Blue and lemongrass on the spot and used it the rest of the show, and they were just really appreciative and blown away how well it worked.
Yeah, I guess you were saying that the time frame that was impacted because they had a long recovery from that kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
you're able to get them back, come back to work quicker, and
Yep. And like I say, they're doing stuff all day. I mean, it's a 10 to 12 hour shoot up these ramps, up boulders. I mean, they were on top of pipes, jumping 10 and 12 feet down onto a platform. They're an amazing group of gentlemen, but the Deep Blue was a big hit. And the one guy comes up and he said, "It made me feel like Forrest Gump."
Run across the country.
Yep, he said it made me feel like Forrest Gump. So yeah, it worked out real well.
And you already discussed the Mito to Max, how that helps
right
prep you for races and stuff like that too, right?
Well, not only before but after for recovery, because recovery is just as important as prepping.
True.
I mean, yeah, because you put your body in such a state. When you do a 100-mile bike race, it tasks you. I mean, that's the way it is. So yeah, recovery is huge. It cuts that time way down. Yeah, they called me the oil man on set. So
Terra Greens is another supplement that is recommended on a daily basis to help make up for those lack of
greens. Because guys, I'm not saying all guys, but a lot of guys don't like their greens. I happen to, because I'm a believer of, if you get over that little amount in the beginning of eating it, then your body craves that kind of good nutrition, and it does. So, but this fills in the gap. I do that in my shake all the time. I'll take a bunch of kale and spinach and cucumbers and jalapeno peppers, a couple scoops of that.
Yeah.
And with my protein, and yeah, I'm guaranteed nutrition. I never worry about it.
Yeah, you can mix it into a smoothie,
right.
Just
even a glass of water. A lot of times when I'm just traveling, I'll just take a scoop through it in water and mix it up, because I got one of those little I'll call it a flask with a round bottom. It's got the ball in it, so it mixes it up real well, and drink it down.
Yeah.
So yeah, it works very well.
It's a powerful supplement. There's probably other things on the market as well, but this, coming from DoTERRA, we're assured of the essential oil infusions and the other natural. Everything's quality oriented and pure. So it's a good place to begin that kind of process.
I think it has like 21 different fruits and vegetables in it. So yeah, a good variety there. And you need variety. You just don't want to power down nothing but kale. You need a variety of fruits and vegetables, and you need the whole thing. So that's important.
Right. So another question would be, why use essential oils for pain management? Well, statistics show prescription painkillers are addictive, toxic to our organs over time, and don't improve conditions that cause pain. What do you think about that?
100% true. The side effects a lot of times are worse than the actual ailment. Yeah. And essential oils are so huge, and as far as helping the body get in proper state of healing, because your body wants to heal. It don't want to die. It's always grabbing, trying to hang on.
Right.
So if you give it the proper tools to work with, it's just like any job, it's going to take care of itself. That's as simple as that.
Is there a specific pain recipe you use?
You know what? I don't have too much. Like I say, if I do, I use lemongrass and Deep Blue rub. I'm pretty fortunate, I guess. Especially, I race motorcycle. I've crashed I don't know how many times and busted I don't know how many bones. I can't name them all. But 15 years ago when Nikki met me, she was like, "There's no way I'm going to stay with this guy," because I was struggling. I would ache when I got up. I was miserable, but I turned that around, it was tough for a while, but it's definitely worth it, because when I retire, I'm hopefully, knock on wood, is this wood?
Yes.
I'll knock on wood that, 'cause I'm going to do stuff. You know, one of my first things I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle from San Diego to the Canadian border. So, I'm definitely not a sit down person, so I'm going to be healthy to do it.
Right. And I guess we really haven't even discussed this, but how old are you, Larry?
63.
There you go.
63, not on any medication. All I'm on is the supplements, the Terrazyme, and On Guard I take all the time. But and yeah, I love their products, and I'll talk your ear off if you want to call me and talk to me about it.
Yeah, well, I'm going on 61 this year, but I've got the same type of health situation. No daily medications or anything like that. I do the lifelong vitality. One aspect that got me into essential oils, referencing back towards the beginning of this session, I had plantar fasciitis really bad in my foot, and to the point where it was really debilitating. And I couldn't stand for long, particularly in the line.
I remember that several years ago.
Yeah, and I thought, well, I've got these oils in hand, and frankincense is great for inflammation, and anything that ends in an itis, that's inflammation. And so I use the frankincense to reduce that, and tissue cannot repair itself if it's inflamed. If it's trying to deal with the problem and it's agitated like that, it won't heal. It won't repair itself. So if you can reduce inflammation, the tissue can repair itself, and you can move forward in getting better.
Step.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it has taken care of the plantar fasciitis is not a problem for me anymore. I've stood for, what did we stand in line for that autograph signing for our girls out there at the festival one time for 3 hours in the heat?
Yeah.
But I had no complaints. So, I mean, the oils are very effective. And they can also save money. I mean, the idea of, oils are too expensive, or, they're cheap when you buy them off the shelf, but we've already discussed how those aren't really pure essential oils. When you apply these in a manner that we're talking about, they'll outlast any off the shelf as far as.
Well, the thing is, a bottle like this, 15 ml bottle, has 250 drops in it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, unless you're doing like an oregano bomb where you're going to use 4 drops, or diffusion is heavy, but you're going to use 2 to 3 drops a day. Okay, that's how effective they are. I mean, a drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to like 28 cups of peppermint tea.
Right.
And I'd like somebody to try it. You get peppermint oil, get a little bit of warm water in a cup, and put 1 drop in it. And it's like a full-on vaporizer. I mean, it is amazing what it does to your respiratory system. That's how powerful it is. Because they're 50 to 70 times powerful than the actual, fruit rind or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's clearly the right oils. Again, the CPTG quality aspect ensures that you're getting a consistent delivery of the same amount of oil in every drop, all 240. And yeah, if you do 3 drops a day, that's 80 days, almost 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. And the thing is DoTERRA is the #1 oil company in the world. And the reason I like this company is, like all their oils, they have a lot number on them now. You can check that lot number and go back right on the website, check the number, and find out exactly when that oil was made, how pure it was made, or how pure it is, all the constituents in it, and do follow-ups on it. So they don't hide anything. They're 100% pure oil, and yeah, that's why we're using them.
So I guess the takeaway today is we've discussed how we use this in our daily lives and everything, but an application is like a hiking makeover. I mean, there's people here in the valley that hike all over the place. We've gone hiking together.
Yeah, for sure. Tons of times.
But there are tools, like Larry mentioned, that you can have with you to enhance that experience. And like the Deep Blue rub, have a couple packs of those on hand.
Correct X, if you take a fall and you cut yourself, that bottle of Melaleuca you should have with you. If there's a lot of blooming flowers and people have allergy issues, you know what, the breathe oil is great. Or you can do the respiratory blend of lemon, lavender, and peppermint. That is great to have with you all the time. Terra Shield, I used that when I was down in Louisiana. I'm telling you what, there's some bugs down there, and along with alligators. But Terra Shield is really good for bug spray, and it doesn't attack your nervous system like other manufactured bug sprays. It doesn't. Yeah, it's completely. It's a really good bug repellent, and a new spray ball is really nice. So I always have 3 or 4 of those in my pack.
Yeah, there is a whole array of products that's produced by DoTERRA, from bug spray to toothpaste to breathe oil and skincare,
supplementation. Yeah, they have it pretty well covered because, take care of yourself.
I think we used the breathe for Taylor for a while there in the soccer games because she just wasn't getting enough air to run the field over and over and over again. So we put a little breathe oil underneath her lip. So the constant infusion as she would breathe and run, and it just opened up her lungs, and she would be able to stay up with everybody. So there's just so many ways to be involved and utilize these in your daily life that Larry's a prime example, and how he really puts it to the limits, more so than probably an average guy, but
that's because I'm German. I'm stubborn.
and your system is enhanced.
Yeah.
You don't those steroids, you do doTERRA.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer of all their products. They've proven to me time and time and time again that I don't second guess any of it. I just don't anymore. I'm that sure of it.
Now, just to note, you can go to Essential Partners for the takeaway materials and anything else that you saw here. Statements made here have not been evaluated by the FDA, so we have to say that. So seek healthcare provider advice before changing any of your healthcare.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we definitely hope to hear from you.
Yes, thanks again for tuning in, and hope you got something positive out of this session.